Welcome back, guys. Today, we will start building a new form app using Next.js, Next.UI, Prisma, and auth libraries. This app will be a little complicated. It will have multiple screens and a ton of small individual features. We have already discussed the basics in the To-Do app series. You can check it for revision. So buckle up and get ready for the journey. Before starting, let us check out the screens that we will build. This is just a wireframe, so few things may differ, but overall this is what we have to build. The first page is the home pages that will have a list of posts in the left side, a new topic button on the right with a list of topics. In the top, we will have a nav bar with the logo in the left, a sign-in button on the right, and a search field in the center. Similarly, we can have a uniform footer. When the new topic page is clicked, it will open a pop-up with topic entry form. The topic form will have a field for topic name and another for description. Once we submit a new topic, it will take us to that topic page. The topic page will show posts related to this topic. Again, we'll have a new post button on the right. This button will act same. Open a pop-up with a title field and a content field. Save it, and it will take us to the post page. The post page will have the content shown without any sidebar. Instead, it will have a comment section where viewers can comment on the topic, and we can also comment on a previous comment. So that's all for the starting. Later, we will make appropriate changes wherever required. For now, just observe the UI and the URL structure carefully. Next, let's check the tools we're going to use for this app development. As IDE, I'll use the VS Code editor. It's the obvious one. Then we will use a new UI library in this app. Many of you know this, but we haven't used it in our series. So here's a simple introduction. We will use the Next.UI library. It is well formatted and entirely built on top of Tailwind CSS. So no worry for the styling conflicts. Check out this official Next.UI docs. It has clearly shown all the necessary steps for the installation and setup. Check it out for better understanding. Although, I'll show each step of the development, so no worry. The main advantage of Next.UI is that it allows the standard area properties to be applied directly on React elements. We could use it for addressing triggers and much more. Apart from this, Next.UI also keeps the UI portions compact, which improves the overall page speed. In our app, we will use the standard installation, although we can also go for separate installation for each UI element. This can even reduce the overall resource usage with faster page load. That's all for Next.UI, other than this we will use Prisma for database management. If you have seen our previous To-Do app, then you must know the use of Prisma. If you are new, then keep following. You can check out the official docs for the basic details or pay some attention on each video in our series. The installation and setup for Prisma is quite easy, and we will discuss all that in details in the next video. For now, just read and observe the official details. Prisma offers connection client for all major database systems. We will use SQLite for our app, but you can use any database of your choice. It may be MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, or any other database. It only requires simple changes for connectivity. The best part is, all the necessary CRUD query handlers were automatically created according to the database model. After this, we will use NextAuth or OAuth for user authentication. That's a topic for another video. Still, for the basics, I can say that this library will keep your app safe from unauthorized access. This time, our users must log in to submit a topic or post. Even commenting will require login access. This is the first step for app security. These are the important libraries that we will need for our form app. Apart from this, we will also use the Zod library for form validation. Check out my previous video for details on Zod library. That's all for the theory and discussion. We are here for practice. So let's start building our new app. First, have a final look on the project wireframe. Observe the structure carefully. Plan accordingly, then dive in. As usual, we have to start with a standard Next.js app. The installation is pretty simple. Just open the terminal inside your project directory or CD to the desired location. Type the following commands. npx create next app at latest. After this, wait for a few moments. It will take some time to set up and process everything. Then you will be asked for a project name. We will name this app Dash the Forum. You can choose any name, but it should be relevant with the topic of the app. Once the installation process is complete, it's time to install the Next UI along with the Framer Motion package for integration with Next.js. Don't get confused with similar names. Next UI is not related to Next.js. It is a separate UI library made for React, and we are using it with Next.js on top of React. I hope that makes some sense. Start by moving into the root of app directory. Type these commands: npm I at next.org/react framer motion. This will install the Next UI and Framer Motion library inside the default node module directory. After installation, you can check it out there. Next, once the installation is done, we now have to make some small changes in the Tailwind config file. It's important so that our app can use Next UI for the layout build without any conflict. Don't worry, the setup is very easy. Just import Next UI in this file and add the reference for all the files inside the dist folder to be treated as is. Make sure to allow all extensions like TS, JS, TSX, JSX, and any more if necessary. The path names and directory must be accurate, else the app may show error. After finishing the file reference, add the dark mode with class value just above the plugin preferences. The plugin has a blank default value. Put Next UI call as the value, and our work is done. Save the file and move on to the next section. There's only one configuration left to be done. We have to create a providers.tsx file for default Next UI provider reference. So let's create this new file inside app directory. In this file, start by adding the import for Next UI providers at the top. Most importantly, it must be a client component. This file will also follow the standard TSX structure. Hence, we must export a function for the actual use. Therefore, name the function providers. It will take a single children parameter of React node type. You can either place the type directly in the parameter section or create an interface for better readability. I think interface would be better here, although the choice is up to you. The interface structure is pretty simple. Name it provider props, then set the children property with a React node data type. Remember, React node is available from the React library. After this, return the default Next UI provider element with the children from this function. It's just a single tag named Next UI provider. Use it to wrap the children. This children is simply the entire UI provided to the root layout. To understand the hierarchy, you have to observe the next part with layout.tsx file. Therefore, just save this file and move on to the default layout.tsx file. There, start by importing this provider function. Wrap the children part with this new provider component. Make sure you wrap only the children inside the body tag. This will become the actual page UI, hence we provide Next UI here. It's easy, isn't it? Yup, not much to do. Just save this file and move on to the styling part. Now, quickly open the Global CSS and remove all the styling. Just leave the Tailwind imports at the top of this file. Save the file, and it's done. The app is ready to test. But wait, First, we must modify the page.tsx file with Next.UI elements and test the app with the first run. Let's remove all the code from home function and also remove the image import from the top. Now import the Next.UI package and add a button element. Give it a test. Something like Click Me is the obvious choice. Don't forget to wrap the button inside a div tag or a blank wrapper to avoid any error. That's it. Save the file and run npx run dev in your terminal to launch the app. That's it for today's video. In the next one, we will install Prisma and set up the database model for the format. Then we will check out the auth details and set up that with the sign-up functionality. So stay tuned and hit the notification bell for future reminders. Drop your queries and comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support is essential to keep this channel live. For the final note, must check out my previous videos for reference and go through the official docs for better understanding of concepts. See you soon in the next video. Till then, keep coding and keep learning. Thanks for watching TechnoSpace.